We believed we could reverse the tides of outsourcing and draw new jobs to our shores. And over the past 5 years, our businesses have created more than 11 million new jobs. Waiters, bartenders, waitresses, hospitality sector, ambulance workers, healthcare workers, low-paid workers. And thanks to lower gas prices and high fuel standards, I repeated what I said yesterday, but he made a big deal out of it. You should save $750 at the pump. Yeah, for 4 people in D.C., that's a night out in the town, maybe. Today, we have new tools to stop taxpayer-funded bailouts. Oh, yeah, Dodd-Frank. Perfect name for 2 losers, man. Dodd-Frank. The bill that's been raped already. Glass-Steagall's no good, but they keep going on. A new consumer watchdog to protect us from predatory lending. What do they have? These payday loans about 800%. A watchdog? Yeah, a little chihuahua maybe. And abusive credit card practices. And in the past year alone, about 10 million uninsured Americans finally gained the security of health coverage. That's costing more and more and more, and it's not a national program. It's fascism. We're being forced to buy insurance to private companies, and the rates are going up in many of the areas. The deductibles are unaffordable for a lot of people, so they're not going for health care. He goes on that they can't have Friday night pizza, this Rebecca and Ben. And basic child care for Jack and Henry costs more than their mortgage. Jack and Henry, he was just talking about Rebecca and Ben. Hey, it's Obama. He'll talk about any Tom, Dick, and Harry, man. He'll lay out any cheap line he can and bring in anybody from the street they could find. Because, hey, it's the presidential reality show, the greatest show on earth. Costs more than their mortgage, this child care, and almost as much as a year at the University of Minnesota. We just don't want everyone to share in America's success. We want everyone to contribute to our success. And here's one example. During World War II, when men like my grandfather went off to war, having women like my grandmother in the workforce was a national security priority. Okay, wait a minute. Stop. This isn't World War II. And your grandfather wasn't the only person that went off to war. Hey, but it's my grandfather. How about you? How about one of you? You love those veterans so much. You're humbled by them. Hey, sign your kids up for the military. Yeah, and you go too. Lead the charge, because we're going to get to that part tomorrow with Syria. Anyway, it's a different time. So this country provided universal child care. So this is fraudulent. This is not a comparison. It's not a nice to have, it's a must have, child care. So it's time we stop treating child care as a side issue, a woman's issue, and treat it like a national economic priority. And that's why my plan will make quality child care more available and more affordable for every middle class and low income family with young children in America by creating more slots and a new tax cut of up to $3,000 per child per year. Who's going to pay for this? Now, you know how people don't like when I call assholes assholes? Well, you're not going to like this. Let me get this straight. Rebecca and Ben, or Jack and Jill. You want to have children, and both of you want to go out to work, that's your business. Once upon a time, since the beginning of written history, people had children and the women raised them. I came from a family of 7. My mother and father's souls rest in peace. My father worked in construction. He began working in a radio factory. And he was a smart guy, made his way, made things happen. He took care of us, had a nice house. My mother stayed home. If she wasn't home, I'd be dead. Literally. I had a mother at home. If you think it's more important for both of you people to work and you can't afford to have children, here's a suggestion you might want to consider. President Obama and everyone else. Don't have any kids if you can't afford them, because I don't want to pay for them. If you think you both have to work to raise your children and I should pay for somebody else to watch your kids, you got the story wrong. Have what you can afford. And if you can't afford it, that ain't my problem. And who are you putting your little infants and toddlers' hands in? Who's watching them? Who's nurturing them as little infants? Who's giving them that motherly love? And there's no such thing as quality time. You can save that one too. I'll tell you who. All you need is an equivalent or a high school diploma. Equivalent of or, and you get paid the grand total on average of $9.38 an hour. And you got a bunch of kids running around. But it's more important to go to work. This is a fraud. And the other part of it, it's great. Get them away from the family. Don't let them become individuals. Put them in a corral with the rest of the kids so you can brainwash them all at once. So I'm not for this at all. And I'm sure we'll get some hate mail on that one, but hey, I could care less.